Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It. We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I'm once again Kevin Mumphrey, and this is F It. We'll Fix It in Post. I'm here with my colleagues, Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Yep.
Have y'all noticed that?
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Have y'all noticed that?
He changed it up every single time.
Y'all noticed that making films are quite expensive.
Very much so.
You notice that as well?
It's relative.
You got the money?
I said it's relative. I didn't say who.
So if you got the money, just come over this way.
Look. I didn't say whose relative it was. I said it's relative. It's relative to the person.
So, well, apparently.
So, I mean, Bill Gates ain't got no problem if you want to make a movie.
Okay, but I do. So you know Bill Gates.
No.
Send him over here.
No.
Send him over my way. Let him throw a couple billion at me.
No.
Not even a billion. I just need a couple thousand.
No. How you go from 1 billion to 1,000?
Cause I ain't trying to be greedy.
You're horrible. Jesus Christ.
Skipped a whole lot of numbers.
I ain't trying to be greedy. And I don't want
a lot of zeros.
to be greedy. You know what I'm saying?
Your lawyer be like, "Hey, let me holler at you. What are you doing?
I don't want to be greedy. But go ahead.
But now,
start his finished thing.
So now did you know that because even television is expensive now because of this, one of the things you see, you don't see the type of films we obviously grew up watching. Maybe like the romantic films or coming of age films. I mean, you do see a bit of a rise in westerns as of late, but I think that's kind of a genre that are never, at least in American culture, never completely go out of style.
I don't think that's due to price though. I think that's just storytelling. Because like, look at that movie that a certain mogul was attached to.
Which
the one with the was it Dope? Where the kid was using like the phones to sell like, you know, the deal for his like principal. It was trying to get into the Ivy League school
movie.
No, it wasn't. I think it ended up being on Netflix.
That was not dope. I don't think that was dope.
Like, I can't remember the name of it. It was. I thought it was dope though. I can't remember the name of it. Hold on, I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Yep. So, I looked this up a little while ago. Like even like a television series is like 20 million episodes apparently to make.
20. How many episodes? How many episodes?
You notice Netflix, the season's a lot shorter now.
That's because they're an hour long. So if you cut out the commercials, and just like Bridgerton, now they did one half this time, and then they're doing the other half is going to come out in the middle of June.
Bridgerton's a good example.
I was right though, by the way.
What?
It was dope. Yeah, it was dope.
Oh well.
The goofy kid or whatever, with the bike.
I just remember that scene of that movie where old girl was in the bathroom and she did that line and kind of went a little crazy.
Oh, the one that she kind of looked like Cassie a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I was
but we ain't gonna. That's their story. Why would you say that?
Well, I mean, she looked like Cassie.
Oh, the first season of Bridgerton, 7 million per episode.
Well, I can believe that. Have you watched Bridgerton?
Absolutely not. Nah.
And so I
no. Here's the thing. I don't know. Just from looking at the set, I've seen previews and little parts of it. The sets, the clothing design, the fact it's on Netflix. I can believe 7 million episodes.
The costumes alone probably took up half of that budget.
Half.
I'm trying to tell you, like the way their hair is, the gowns that they wear, especially the queen. Like I watched the latest episodes, and she had like the hair, and there was like these doves spinning in her head.
Wait, like so it's a period piece? Okay, so like that would make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely a period piece, but
Yes, it is.
half the budget just for the clothing.
And then you have to close all these people. So if you think of, that's why I said, well, it's good to me because I like period pieces. That's just who I am. I just love it. The Victorian era, you get it.
I don't get it.
For real.
No.
I don't get it. What you get it?
Yeah, I don't like certain, like my period pieces. I like
era.
Oh,
What is my name?
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, they went over my head.
Whatever.
Your name is Victoria, not Victorian.
But Queen Victoria's daughter, we were born on the same day. In different years, of course, but the same day. We have the same birthday.
Are we doing that Bill Gates conversation again?
What conversation?
Are we building a conspiracy out of this or something?
No, I'm just saying. I think that's the reason why I like the Victorian period. Not only is it kind of my name, you know what I'm saying? It's the whole eloquence, the properness, the English, the way they talk, the way they, carry themselves.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
The period I like was when beer was illegal. We're doing the whole prohibition era.
I don't like that.
I like those type of films and shows. Those.
Like,
you said beer was illegal?
Yeah,
I'm thinking like real life. I'm like, nah, I don't like, man, life is so hard. Life was hard, man. I
didn't mean that literally.
I'm about to go blind by drinking this alcohol. I'm like, man, somebody made this on their stove. I'm like, nah, man.
I remember I saw something on Instagram, and literally it was like this news article of like they were changing the drinking age to like 21 or something like that. And the people were so upset.
Yeah.
Or 18, I don't know.
Probably to 21.
Yeah, to 21. And the people were so upset because it was like they were making it illegal to drive and drink and drive. And the people were so upset because they were like, we need our beer. We get off of work, we have a hard day, or we clock out, we want to drink a beer. But you're going to drink and drive? And they were upset. You can imagine what type of people they were.
I mean, all the cars were made out. They're like basically tanks.
It was a different time.
Yeah, it was a different time because I remember like older relatives telling me, be like, "Hey, you should get as many DUIs as you wanted to." It was just a thing. It's like, he got another DUI. Like, man, that guy, something else. It's like, man, like just like all matter of fact about it.
I'm sure it was. I think we're going to a whole nother tangent where I forgot what I was going to go once again.
Talking about shows.
Yeah. So
what they cost. And Bridgerton was
shows are in the millions. But what I'm trying to get to the point of, could this possibly create an opening for indie films?
Yes and no. Depends on what the film is.
So why would you say yes, no? So first I'm going to get to the no. Why would you say no?
Because it depends on what the film is or what the TV show is. So that's just like with Insecure. It started off as this and then it grew into Insecure. That's a bigger and better budget.
And I don't know what the fan base like, because I remember it was on YouTube, but then I don't necessarily remember like what kind of fan base it had at that time on YouTube.
Don't forget, Always Sunny started on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
actually, you're right.
And once it got onto a network, bigger and better budget.
So I would think with indie films, I think there's a opening for like the films that, because I was hearing this Matt Damon was on a program on YouTube, and he was talking about like the change in the film industry, and he was saying basically one of the things that killed it was basically the death of the VHS and DVDs. Because, so he's saying like,
well, that was a way to have like a second chance at the trough, if you will.
Yes, and that's what he was saying. So like he could put out a film, and the film may not make the money, but when you put it out on DVD and VHS, it's just like putting the film out again. Mm-hmm. So even if you broke even, you could have broken even or gotten close to it, or even completely made your money back. Mm-hmm. but now it's killed all of that. So he was saying like if he wanted to do like a I'm trying to think of like a let's say Love and Basketball.
Yeah.
Let's say he wanted to do that. It may be, and the budget's $20 million. I say he had to maybe use another couple of million just to market it. Then to put it in films, you have to share that with. You have to share the profits with the.
So
the theaters.
is the budget, is
It ain't
marketing
that
a
much.
part of the budget, or is it separate from the
no,
budget?
it's separate.
Okay.
So you have your production budget,
right. So if you say a show or film, what $10 million, that does not include the budgeting. I mean the marketing.
Yeah, but most of the time they break it down by saying like it cost us X amount of dollars to produce this film. So that's not including the marketing budget.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's just production budget. Like typically whenever they give you the numbers or whatever, it's just production cost. Sometimes now to like inflate the numbers and to make it seem like more grandiose than what it is, they'll put the total number. Just depends. I mean, now what they're doing, they're just going like to people that already have the stuff produced, similar to the record labels.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, we'll give you a distribution deal. And it's cheaper on their end to just license like the smaller content people.
You think more of that could happen, even just within film, to where I was like, okay, we'll just be a distributor.
I mean, it is happening. The thing is, like, the indie market is not as popular amongst like regular people because they haven't made the shift over yet. That, like, you know what I'm saying? But with the advent of like Amazon Prime and some of these other streaming services that are purchasing some of these films, you know, they're doing a pretty bang up job. Hell, Bollywood has like a permanent spot on Netflix now.
Bollywood has always,
but
been
it's all
popular.
like
no, but I'm saying a permanent spot on Netflix. Like they got a gang of stuff on Netflix now.
They've always had it on there though.
Not as much on the American Netflix. Not as much as they do now.
I mean, that's just like what the Nigerian films that or TV series that they have on Netflix.
I mean, they understand there's different markets or whatever, and they're going to tap in. They're smart.
Mm-hmm. Now you brought up the streaming services with indie film, because when I was thinking with especially when I've kind of noticed now Tubi has kind of been like that spot for.
I have a love-hate relationship with Tubi.
So what's your love-hate relationship with Tubi?
People have turned it into a mockery. Yeah, you get films on there. Yeah, you put your films on there, but in my opinion, people are kind of putting trash on there just to get views.
It's kind of becoming like a bootleg market. That's at least how somebody explained it to me. Like, so, and because of that, I don't know if you necessarily want to be associated with that.
That's the thing. Like literally, like, and there's been several conversations about this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have a love-hate relation. I do not hate Tubi. You know what I'm saying? I'll put my stuff on Tubi, but at the same time, people
don't want your
Tubi,
work associated with certain other works on there.
Right? People go to Tubi to look at trashy films, and some people, I'm not saying all, they kind of make a rundown film just to get a little notice. You know what I'm saying? So
because I've heard that too, and I originally got on Tubi because somebody else put their work on there, and they kind of put me on this like, oh, let me see what else is on there, and I would think, yeah, there's a bootleg kind of quality to it in certain things, but there's also a point where it's like, okay, you can I ain't gonna say suck, but if you're not at a certain level, you can still have your work shown, and you can put other work there, and you can almost see the growth of a filmmaker.
You can do that with YouTube too. You can put your stuff on YouTube and get throw traffic over there.
So okay, because you can also put bootleg on YouTube as well, but YouTube doesn't have that kind of moniker, and yet Tubi does.
Right, because that's what they made it into. When Tubi first came out, it wasn't like that.
Well, you ain't gonna be talking crazy about YouTube like that. Like the vast majority of the stuff on YouTube is not trash. In fact, they have a quality control. And if you put too much bad stuff on there, they limit your uploads because people are doing that stuff with the AI videos and just putting too much trash on there. And YouTube's about to crack down.
The AI, like what kind of AI videos?
Where you know, like they do like a animation, like not stick figures, but like, you know, those small like animated cartoons, the explainer video types. They'll do those type of videos or whatever with bad scripts.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen them. I mean, when I see AI on YouTube, it's usually them redoing songs. Yeah, it's mostly like
No,
music.
they have a whole thing. Like it's a whole thing on there, man.
Now,
Hell, they got AI that will take the script from a popular TV show and then put it like on a SpongeBob like AI character, and like they will even respond in real time to like people's comments underneath the video.
oh,
Talking about how creepy people are and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's weird.
So since you've gotten on the AI person, do you think AI could be a benefit to an indie filmmaker?
Yeah. I mean, any technology can be
Yeah.
a benefit, but you can't use it as a crutch. Like most people are not really good at telling stories. And I mean, that's what's ultimately going to separate the chaff from the flare.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, there's going to be something that uses that as a clutch.
And
I mean, they're starting to do that now.
I can see them using AI like auto tune.
They're going to be where they are. Like, because I mean, okay, if you're an artist and you're not very talented and you use this technology, whatever, is that going to promote you like to the tops of the charts and everybody's going to love you? No, nobody's going to care because you use this new technology. Nobody cares about the technology. They care about being entertained. And if you can't do that, they're not going to pay attention to you. You're gonna leave as fast as you came.
So how would you say using it in a like how could you imagine using it in an indie film?
I'm not gonna use it.
You don't see yourself using it in any way?
Not me.
I mean, for like a fake explosion.
I'm gonna try to get somebody to blow the car up. Or I can use you can use After Effects for that.
Isn't that kind of like a form of AI?
They're probably going into it now, but it's no.
Nah, it's not. Or like, animation. You know, you can use animation.
I mean, AI may be the new form of animation in 10 years.
I'm talking about
the technology is not going to be there as fast as you think it is. So like, and then whatever you get like to what you get at your level, it's not going to be anywhere close to that. Now, like look at guys like Andrew from Video Copilot. Look at that guy, what he's doing, and how he's been doing that for years and been at the precipice. And now to the fact where he was doing special effects so well using After Effects and his plugins that he made, to where he's like consulting on film sets across the board because he found a way to do it like cheaper and faster.
I'm not saying AI is bad, okay? It's just how you use it, you know? If you have never done a film before, you have never been on a film set, you have never written a script, and you go in AI and you let this generate everything for you, and you say, oh, I'm a filmmaker. In my opinion, you're not a real filmmaker.
You just using clutch to make it.
You just using the clutch to make your film or make something.
So I always think like from the best at best, it will, if it's done creatively. And I think there'll be some people who will be able to use it a little bit to make their films look on par to like a major production. At least that's the hope.
Yeah, but you can do that right now with with all sorts of different technology. AI is not going to do that for you. You're not going to be able to like, you know, have this raw material and give it to a machine and it's automatically going to transfer your vision. There's still quite a bit of work that you would have to do. And honestly, like The only thing I would think you would really use it for would be like administrative tasks right now, anyway.
I'm just gonna use this as like kind of an example, just because I kind of saw it like the Spider-Man jumping from buildings to buildings. I can see that being more of an AI thing, and not to say you have like if someone was trying to make their own like hero,
Yeah.
certain like really big stunts that obviously you wouldn't be able to afford to do or get a stunt person to do, you may use AI to do it.
Yeah, but
Like I could see it more for like action films, but then I'm thinking, like, could you imagine an AI version of Fast and Furious? Like,
I mean, it would be like the version of Fast and Furious we have now.
I think it would be more ridiculous. I got to get.
I mean, like you.
But how more ridiculous can you get with that?
Yes.
See, but like, how many times have we said that? Like,
We've said that a lot.
And every iteration gets worse.
It gets more ridiculous. So now it's like, oh, we can just do fully AI. Oh yeah, they're going to. I can't even imagine what they could do with AI. But I could just.
They've gone everywhere. Only place they haven't gone is heaven and hell. So.
And on the next,
like literally, they've gone everywhere. So the only two other places is heaven and hell.
Man, I can't wait to come back to this room. They're like, yo, did you see that trailer from Fast and Furious? I mean, he literally drove through fire in the last one. So,
Yeah, but they didn't go in the depths of the deep down below. Went past, they went past the clouds into the into space, but they didn't go above space.
So was it Nick Cage from Con Air? He had that movie Drive You to Hell or Drive Me to Hell. That he was actually driving a muscle car in hell. Drove out of hell.
So
now watch they do that. Watch they end up making a Fast and Furious, and they are like in the depths of hell, and they have to somehow.
That car is so fast, he literally sent them to hell. So, well, speaking of hell, I think we're gonna get the hell up. It just I couldn't help myself. So. Once again, Gavin Mumphrey, thank you all for listening and watching. I'm here with my colleagues once again, Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Karsten Hyde Ferguson.
Yes.
We're going to get the hell up out of here.